everybody. Corona Davis D up here. Welcome to the Black Filmmakers Matter podcast. And we have a very special guest. I'm already attached to her. I love her. I'm not gonna, your name is beautiful. Can you say it for us?
Hi everyone, my name is Paballo Mokwena.
One more time, slowly.
My name is Paballo Mokwena. Kind of sounds like a song, like a melody. So you say Paballo
Paballo.
Mokwena.
Okay.
And
That's
then the surname is
beautiful.
Mokwena.
Mokwena.
Yes, you got it.
So if you take your time, and not rush, you can get it.
I guess it calls people to be intentional when they say my name because my name
Right.
has power. So yeah, I like that.
Okay, so tell me, what do you do? We know you're a filmmaker, but filmmakers wear so many hats these days. What else do you do?
So I am currently directing. I love directing short films and documentaries. I also am an artist that creates visuals. I use AI bots to create the most beautiful and the most magical and surreal artworks. And outside of directing, I am a writer. I also have a YouTube channel which requires me to edit and add in motion design. So I really pride myself in being a multidisciplinary storyteller.
I love that. I love that. Multidisciplinary storyteller. I like that
Yes.
title. I think I'm gonna use that title. I like that.
Use it, girl. It's all yours. It's all yours, girl.
And I wanted to tell you again, guys, this sister's beautiful. Look at her and listen to her voice and her accent. Like, we need to appreciate each other's differences. This is beautiful, girl. Um, your favorite genre?
Who? I'm stuck between psychological thriller and fantasy
Okay,
because it just opens up your mind to so many possibilities. There's so many questions you ask yourself and it invokes a lot of different feelings and emotions that could also be uncomfortable. But
right.
yeah, I think I'm stuck between those two.
And I almost forgot. Please tell us your birth story. She has the prettiest birth story.
So, because my name is Paballo, that's a Setswana name and a Sotho name in South Africa, it means God's protection, or you could call it divine protection. My birth story is quite interesting in that my mom told me that she was with my grandmother in the delivery ward, and when I came out, I wasn't breathing, I wasn't crying, I wasn't moving. The doctors tried their best to, I don't know if they can breathe life into me, but they really tried their best to make sure that like I'm okay. They had given up, and I think either after they had given up or at the very last minute, I let out a sound and I started breathing and I started moving again. So I think that really speaks to the power of my life force.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, let's get to the nitty gritty now.
Yeah, baby.
Tell me about a current project you're working on.
I am working on a documentary titled Signs. We started with production last year, but the pre production has been spanning over a lot of years. The producer would be able to actually explain how many years she was in pre production before she approached me with this lovely story. It is a story about a coda, a child who is born to deaf parents. She can hear, she can speak, her siblings can also hear, her siblings can also speak. So it's an observational documentary surrounding her life and how her and her family interact and communicate beyond spoken word, yeah.
Okay, so tell me, when you were approached for this, I'm sure you were approached about other, projects. What made you take this and say, I want to do this?
I think I trust my instinct more than anything when it comes to creative and artistic projects. If I read a treatment or I have the one page synopsis or log line, and if something in me says yes, then I enjoy questioning. So if I'm inquisitive and if it calls me to do more research, then I will gladly take on the project.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's interesting with this project, I wasn't skeptical. When it found me, it really found me well. So I think that also speaks to divine alignment.
Okay. All right. And is it almost done or
We
you're
are
working
currently,
on?
yes, we're still working on it. We're going to go into post production. And yeah, I think it's just going to be a magical offering that makes us question and that makes us appreciate different life forms and the different ways that we can communicate with one another.
Right. Wow, that's deep, girl. That's deep. I'm loving this. Um, Something's telling me to ask you before this project, what were you working on?
I was working on a short film, which I'm actually still currently working on. And I'm actually learning how to be patient throughout the process of filmmaking.
Yeah.
Because I think when we tell ourselves that this is a short film, we give ourselves these deliverables and these timelines in order to make sure that we execute in the timiest manner and that
Mhm.
we have the project and we share it with the world and everyone is
Right.
happy. So this one is calling us to be more intentional and to be, to have to fix the nitty gritties and to
Okay.
really get into the story. So it's about a child who has been sexually assaulted by her uncle,
Okay.
and it's an intense communication between her and her mother. The family has to deal with this as it comes, and we don't know as families, as Black people, how to talk about such uncomfortable
Yes.
topics. Once the child has spoken up, what do we now do as the aunts, the uncles, the cousins, as the
Right.
community at large? What do we do? Do we sweep it under the rug? Do we
Hmm.
pretend like it didn't happen? How do we even comfort and how do we even heal someone who has experienced such violence, and such trauma?
Right. That's a scary topic. So, thank you for picking that up. That's not a topic everybody can, handle.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
It really isn't easy. And for this one, I did still feel aligned in it. I did feel like everything was happening beautifully in its time. But
Hmm.
because it's not a made up story, because it is so many women's realities,
Hmm.
I am very conscious of how I deliver and how I execute and how this will land for people who are victims of sexual assault, for people who have family members who are victims of sexual assault. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's we're doing the work and we're doing the healing work, which is what's important to me.
Okay. Wow, you're beautiful. Thank
Ah,
you.
thank you, thank you. Your beauty recognizes my beauty recognizes your beauty.
That's all. That's it. um, your dream project. Say you had all the money, all the time, the team. What's a project that you would create if you had everything you needed?
I'm sitting with a lot of treatments and I'm sitting with a few scripts, and there's a beautiful animation that I'm sitting with currently, and it's about a becoming of a Black woman, the becoming of a Black woman.
Okay.
She transforms from her human form into the fullness of her goddess energy. I'm even getting goosebumps as I am
Uh,
explaining. So we want to find a way, me and the cast and the crew want to find a way to create this fantasy world and this
mhm,
surreal offering. It is taking its time, but like I said earlier on, I really am focusing on the importance of patience because I also come
okay.
from an advertising background whereby on Monday you get given a brief, Tuesday you have to pitch, Wednesday we're executing. I've just been in this like, 9 to 5 just makes you want to always achieve a goal and like execute every week, and your show reel, you don't even know what you want to add into your show reel because there's just so many projects that you
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
And filmmaking is very intentional. It's
Hmm.
very, very intentional. It speaks volumes. It's gonna echo into so many timelines. So
Yes.
yeah, I'm really appreciative of how patient we are allowing ourselves as creatives to be with the process.
Okay. And you told me you have a YouTube channel, which is,
Yay.
guys, it's tickering at the bottom, her YouTube channel. So please check it
Please,
out.
please do the
Check it
things.
out.
Subscribe, like the videos. That is where my artworks. And because I was a cheerleader in my varsity days, I started learning about stretching and yoga.
Hmm.
And I decided that whatever I have, all the knowledge that I have, all the experience that I have, I just want to share it with the girls. I want to share it with the girlies. I want to stretch. I want people to know their bodies, because when I speak to a lot of people, specifically some of the women that I used to be in dance classes with and cheerleading with, we really get bored when it's time to stretch, because it's not fast paced and we're not like using our bodies, in an energetic way. It's calling us to stillness, and that is not easy in the life and times that we're living in. It is not
Hmm.
easy to call ourselves to stillness. So I thought that with the little knowledge that I have, let me share it and let me be a buddy to someone who wants to stretch, a virtual buddy.
That's right. Um, Tell me the hardest thing about filmmaking for you personally.
Detaching from the artwork so that it can become its own thing. Because when a story lands in your heart, or when a concept lands in your heart, or when you birth something, when you create something and bring something into existence, you want to control how it feels, how it moves. You'd love for people to receive it a certain way. You'd
Mhm.
love for it to go to certain film festivals or to be shown at certain screenings.
Right.
And I think the difficult thing was to just be like, girl, God used you. Please let this project be. Let it be what it needs to be. And it has been a very difficult thing to let go, not just the films that I've been talking about, but
Mhm.
when I create a visual, a digital artwork, when I'm painting, when I'm singing, when I'm writing, how whichever form finds me and however I feel like expressing myself, I need to take out the perfectionism. I need to take out the fact that it has to sound a certain way, it has to be a certain way. Let it flow. Just be true and honest to the moment.
You guys heard what she said. True and honest to the moment and let it flow. Because once you
Yeah.
start trying to push things, that's when it starts going south. Yeah.
Girl, really
Yeah.
quick. Goes out really, really quick.
Wow. So much information. I hope you come back on because I have a lot of questions for you. So you
Ooh,
have to
I
do a part two. You have
Yes, we did. I'm so excited. And then we didn't talk about the yellow. Me and you just found ourselves wearing
Yeah.
yellow gold
Check this
today.
out. The yellow,
So
the
for part
white,
two, I
the
can't wait to see
gray.
what color we're gonna arrive in.
That's right. Now let me ask you. I have two more questions for you. So I want a bit of advice for our Black female filmmakers, our young people. What's a good piece of advice you can give the young ladies who are trying to do what we're doing?
No matter who says what, arrive in your fullness. Don't let anyone diminish your worth. Don't let anyone tell you that your dreams are invalid. Don't let anyone tell you that it's a bit too difficult for you to do that, or it's going to take you extra effort or extra time in order for you to achieve what you want to do. Because in my journey, my days of pursuing cinematography, I was constantly met with a no. Even the first short film that I pitched, I was constantly met with so many no's. But because I understand the God vision, because I am passionate about what I'm doing, I persisted, I pursued the goal. So I really just want to tell my Black queens just to remain true to yourself in your journey and do the best that you can with what you've got, and don't let the noise filter in. Don't let the noise taint, rather. Don't let the noise taint what you have and what has been placed in your heart.
That's right. 100%. And what advice would you give our young filmmakers overall in general? Something they should know?
The times are very exciting, but the times are also very fast paced. So we need to be careful with what we do and how we do it. um One thing that I will tell the youth is that you just need to know yourself whenever you enter the workspace or whenever you just arrive in this world, because there are so many things that we can't even see that are trying to diminish our worth, that are trying to take away from our power, that are trying to stop us on this beautiful journey
Yeah.
of life. So, as a young individual, as a young creative, as a young aspiring filmmaker, please stay true to yourself. Please, yeah, just be honest and have integrity. Know that this is who I am and this is what I want to do. Don't let anyone take advantage of you, because a lot of people in this industry, we talk about it in a good way because we're trying to inspire each other, but the
Hmm.
industry has a lot of toxicity. The industry has a lot of negative things attached to it. So
Hmm.
just remain true to yourself, and yeah, just the same thing that I said earlier on. Don't let the noise get into your mind. Don't let the noise get into your soul. Don't let the noise get into your heart.
Wow. Thank you so much. I'm
Thank you.
I'm I'm you're amazing. You're amazing.
You
We
are,
need to get you back on here again. Seriously.
I'd love to do that. Thank you so much for the work that you are doing. You're busy here telling me that I'm amazing. You're amazing.
Thank you.
The work that you're
Can I
doing
ask
is very
you?
powerful.
Thank you. Wow. And you, is it okay if I ask you how old you are?
Girl,
You look mad young.
girl, I'm 27.
Are you?
I
You're a
am.
boo boo baby.
No, I
I'm sorry.
know.
She's a grown filmmaker, y'all. I'm just treating her like a baby. She's my new baby now.
I
And
mean,
and I forget. Did I ask you where you filming from? Where you located?
so I am currently in Rustenburg, my hometown. It is a beautiful mountainous town. It is in the Northwest Province in South Africa. There's a lot of chilled people here. There's, like I said, a lot of mountains. So there's a lot of spaces for meditation and just soul searching. It's a good place for the soul. Mm.
This is awesome. Talking to filmmakers from New York to Ghana to South
South Africa.
Africa. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Paballo. Right?
Yay! You said
Woot,
it.
woot. I got it, y'all. She has a
you
beautiful
got
name.
you got it, Corona.
And guys, don't forget the website. Check my new baby out. She's gonna do good, y'all. Gonna do great. Keep an eye on her. Follow on social media. Follow on YouTube. Comment. Let us know what you think.
Yes,
Thank you
yes, yes.
so much for joining us, sis.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much for listening as well. And I hope that you are all well on your journeys wheresoever you find yourself.
Thank you, lady. Nice talking to you.
Good talking to you too.